Morning, Maurice.
Morning.
Here we are on a misty morning in Cowdenbeath at Central Park.
It doesn't get any better, does it?
It doesn't get any better than this. And as perhaps the viewers can see, the boys are in the middle of a training session on a Saturday morning. That's because, of course, the club hasn't had a fixture for 2 weeks and won't have another fixture for another week. How do you feel about that sort of gap in proceedings at this stage in the season?
I think it's an odd setup. I mean, you're going to shoehorn games right, left and centre when you've got so many weeks. I mean, we've got 2 weeks free now, 2 weeks in November I think it is as well. Just a bit odd. Yeah. But, you know, it is what it is. It gives us a chance to, you know, one thing since we've come into the club, we've tried to kind of bring the players a wee bit closer to the kind of community in Cowdenbeath. You know, it was a big thing for me at the club that we try and get a training centre, which I think Lumfinnings is ideal, so we train there once a week. I would prefer if it was 2, to be honest. Give money back to the kind of local community. And the kids see us, you know, these young Blue Brazil boys are seeing us at the training ground, so it's nice. So today's given us a chance to train, have a wee bit of fun, and then we'll go into the community, we'll get a bake and roll and watch the Celtic game, the Hearts game, sorry. Yeah, and just be about the place. Just kind of try to just gel it into the community a wee bit more.
Yeah. The last fixture was, of course, an away match at East Kilbride. A pleasing outcome for the club. Tell us about how you felt about the performance that day.
I think it was as a convincing 1-0 as I've ever seen. I thought it was done. It was, I don't know, it sounded stylish. That's what I felt. We played when it was right to play. We were calm at the back. We picked our forwards off every single time, and yeah, just really proud to see that team. I think that if we had this team at the start of the season, I think we'd be in a far different position. I think the addition of wee Dino coming into midfield, Lovey's been a revelation since he's came to the football club, and I think a big shout out needs to go to Davo. He's a Rolls Royce at the back for us, and instead of, you know, when a ball comes up front to a striker and Davo's involved in it, Davo cushions it into midfield so you start playing again. So he makes a big difference to our general play.
Well, he has certainly been outstanding since he came to the club, and he obviously keeps himself in really good shape. So you'll be hoping that he manages to avoid injury going forward, I would imagine.
He's a thoroughbred. He's a great soul, and yeah, I didn't think he would be as good as he would be. 39-year-old, immaculate, great in the dressing room. Because sometimes older pros, they want to abuse their position as an elderly pro, whereas he's just perfect for what this football club needs.
One downside from East Kilbride, Carlos Lyon went off, I think, with a hamstring injury. How's he getting on in terms of his recovery?
He's got his own rehab. You know, at part-time level, you need to be mindful of family life, work life. You know, he's a Londoner, so I felt it was right that he goes down and just gets programs from our physio, Tam, and he does his own kind of rehab. So this 2 weeks is the only positive I would say is that we get 2 weeks of good training. We get Carlos hopefully back fit. But again, what I've said to anybody is, as soon as the East Kilbride game was done, I knew this 2 weeks was coming. So I says, we're at ground zero again. So because it's 2 weeks, that team will not start. Well, automatically start. So it's about. So when I say that, then the players think, oh, I've got a chance now. Because when you win 1-0 at East Kilbride, if we play the following week, typically you're going with your same starting 11. So now it opens it up so that it's been competitive. Energy's been good.
Well, we mentioned Carlos up front, but of course, in addition to Carlos, there are 2 other players vying for a place up front. And for anyone that was at training on Thursday night, they will have seen Scott Sinclair on pretty good form on the training pitch.
Yeah. And for the first time since I've been at the club, it's nearly a year now. This is the first time we've had competition. You look at our bench now. Last year, every time I made a sub, it was weakening the team. When I'm making subs now, it's actually, you're not seeing a fall off, you're not seeing a drop off. And that's what we need to keep going. We need to keep recruiting this way. So listen, without getting overly excited, we're going in the right direction. I can smell it.
On the theme of recruitment, of course, the club has just appointed a new chief scout, which is a significant step forward for Cowdenbeath Football Club. That then means that you're still actively looking to recruit more players to add to the squad, are you?
When I come into the football club, there was a lot of head scratching for me. I'm going, what? With the infrastructure. So now there's infrastructure. There's people that are in this building that are working for very, very little. They just want to help the football club. That's what we are based on. And the staff that we've got now are incredible. Really, really fantastic. And they're just as important as players for me. So yeah, it's great we've got the scouting system now. We've also, since we've been in the club, we've been putting together a database through Colin Nelson. And
Of course,
again,
Colin Nelson's the new football operations coordinator.
Colin's been doing that job since he came in. It's just he's now got a title now. Colin's been phenomenal for me in this football club, and I think it's a really wise decision between for the board and the chairman to put him in this football club. This football club, believe me, needs Colin Nelson, the heartbeat of it. He's got the ear with the fans. He knows the local market in terms of players. He's diligent in his approach. He's a bright boy, and he doesn't do it for any other thing than wanting to help. Such a great thing to have. So yeah, the club's infrastructure is much better now.
Looking ahead to next week and beyond, by my reckoning, the club has 5 fixtures in a matter of, I don't know, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks maybe. The first of these, Berwick away. How do you see that one panning out in terms of a contest down there at Shieldfield
I
Park?
think it'll be a good game. I've been told there's a bit of needle between the two clubs back in the day. Listen, it's just another football match for me, whether it's them, it's East Kilbride. I just look forward to waking up on a Saturday and going to a game. I mean, this last two weeks, you're like, you're building up training for the week, you don't hear a game, you miss it. So just listen, 5 games in quick succession, happy.
Yeah. And the rest of the day, how's that panning out? You've said already that the boys are going to go and watch the Hearts Celtic game in a local hostelry in Cowdenbeath.
Yeah, but yeah, like I say, just go and be seen and meet people and just have a chat with people.
Be part of the community.
Be part of it, and just it doesn't take much. All you're doing is time. So listen, we're not going to stay there all day. We're going to go heading into Edinburgh. I'm going to get a bite to eat in Edinburgh. Maybe watch the Chelsea match. So it's just a good,
Contributes to team bonding as well.
Basically. So I'm looking forward to that, and then I'll let all the young lads crack on, and I'll get up the road, get my slippers on.
Well, thanks for your time this morning, Maurice. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.